Hi guys, welcome back. It's Rosetta. I've been away for a while. I've had some surgeries, recovery time. Finally feeling a little bit better with energy wise, but I'm happy to be back. Just want to do a quick one today. I just was going through some of my scraps, trying to organize my space a little bit more and get some creativity juices going, and I've came across this scrap box that I had that I got on a council cleanup. They're basically, I think it's from a school where there was like flashcards for shapes, for maths, things like that, and I liked that they were all different colors, so I decided just to coffee dye them, and I'm going to make hole reinforcers. I've got a whole lot of hole reinforcers in here. These were done by like a die cut, but they're all just really plain, so I wanted to create my own, and just use a little bit different colors. These that you saw, they're greens and greens and browns, so I wanted to create a little bit more of not unique, but more personalized. So I coffee dyed them, put them out in the sun, and I'm going to stamp some. So I'm going to get one of each color, and then we'll go from there, see how we go. I've put these brown papers down, scrapbook papers, so there's no glare from the overhead lights, hopefully. And I'm just going to stamp. Now I don't want to stamp on this, so what I might do is just a minute, sorry, I'm going to grab this. Hopefully that doesn't, oh, that's great. Okay, I'll grab that. Should have just grabbed that in the beginning, doesn't matter. All right, so I'm going to stamp on these using archival ink, just so it's like a permanent, and then we'll see how this turns out. I have my Fiskars hole punch there, and I have just a normal hole punch for the hole, but I may not be doing the holes yet. I want to do the large one first, and then when I put it on a tag, then I'll create that second hole depending on how big I want the hole. So then I can at least customize the tag if I want to put a brad in there, whether it be a small brad or a larger brad. So I'm just going to do this one, and I may show you on a couple of tags how it turns out. I've just got a couple of script stamps here. A couple of these script stamps. So I'm just going to use that just to, and you won't even sort of notice, you will notice the script, but you won't notice what it says because it's so small. By the time I'm done with it, then, so hopefully it'll turn out. So I hope everyone's well. Like I said, I've been, oh, these are good too. I might use some of those as well, even though I've got, no, because I've already got sort of the splotches already. All right, so archival ink, I might do the brown, and then I'll go the black as well. And then see how we go. Just a quick one today, just to get myself back into, I just haven't had the energy. I've been having a lot of nausea and just slow energy. So I'm just going to sort of, actually, you know what, I won't even use that. I'm just going to just little stamps here and there. And you won't see it anyway. Okay, so that's done. I've brought in some tags that I've had sitting in a box. They're sort of I think My Porch Prints, or I don't know where these kits have come from, but I've had them sitting a while in just my containers, and I want to just see what it would look like if I just added, see one of those? You can just add different colour just to change it up a bit, even though that's got that sort of type of tag. You know, you could, that's not really a good example because that tag's a little bit different. So something like this. There's a green, a little bit of green in there, so you could put the green, but I think that's a little bit too dark. I'll get more muted green. That looks great, but it actually, here we go. The blue looks nice. So we could add that, and I'm just going to glue it, and then I'll just use some glue. It's a bit much. Okay, so glue that down. And you could probably add something else to this. I'm going to grab a drawer to see if I can add something else to this, just to make it pop. See if I can find anything. Just I think I'm looking for a butterfly or a bird or something to put in here. So I'm going to go into my drawer and take out. Okay, let's see what we've got. See you, darling. Drive careful. Love you. I like that. Now, these corners I want to dull because obviously they're not either that or I ink them. I might actually ink around. See how there's not much ink on this at all? It's just the leftover of what I've had on there, but it just takes the edge off that white. Put a little bit more, just to help the process. And it doesn't need to be totally gone. I just don't want it to be a stark white border. I could even do it that way. Just to take the starkness, is that is it a word? I don't think so. Just to take the white okay. I like that. Okay, so now depending on the size, I want the hole. That's why I just wanted to do these without the hole first and then decide whether I want a small brad, a small hole, or I want a larger one. Now I've got a different variety of punches. So I've got the large hole, which is the same as this one. And then I've got some small ones, smaller ones. And I've got some smaller ones here, like really small to medium, and then obviously I'll see what size these are actually. I'm just going to get a scrap piece. Can use one of these actually. Just going to see how big this hole is. Okay, probably the same size as these ones. Is it the same size? Yes, it is. Okay, so that's the same size, so don't worry about that. So we'll go with one a little bit smaller. Okay, so that's obviously for a small Brad, and then you've got obviously, you know, a bigger one, which is the standard. I think that's the standard size. And then we've got a teeny little hole here. But I think I'm going to go with the. I don't think I want a big. Should I go with the big one? Yeah, I might actually. Might just go with the big one. Which is this. Okay, so I'm just going to put a hole in the center. Try to center it anyway. Sort of centered, but there you go. So I like that, but these are just a really simple project just to get add a little bit different, a little bit color to your hole reinforcers. It does add a little bit of, I really like, just you can see that it doesn't matter what sort of script it is. And there's a little bit of coffee dyed there, so it just adds a little bit of something to your tag, which I think it does anyway. So just a really small project. So I hope you guys are well, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.